We'll need to first of all check the air filter and remove any debris from previous time that you've been using the machine. There will usually be hedge clippings in there, so make sure you do that. Okay, you may be asked to check the spark plug, so you remove the HT lead like this, and using the spanner that comes with it, go onto the spark plug, loosen it half a crack, and then you should be able to get it out with your fingers. And you can look at the spark plug. This spark plug is brown, and you can see it's got quite a nice gap there. The gap can be checked using the manual, using a set of feeler gauges. If the spark plug were black, that would indicate that you're using a too rich two-stroke mixture. If it's not brown, if it's too clear, too white, that would indicate that you've not put any oil in your mixture and you'll burn your engine out. To maintain the spark plug, it is very simple. You get a bit of sandpaper between the two electrodes. Let me have a quick look. Like that. Just rub it backwards and forwards like that. Give it a blow. So you've got no grit going back into the cylinder head. And that should now be sparking lovely. You can also use a wire brush on there if that works also. To put it back in again, we need to put it back in using our hands first of all. If I can locate it. There we go. As tight as you can by hand. And then again with the screwdriver, just half a turn to tighten it, and then you can put the HT lead back on. On the machine also, you've got a fuel filter, which I'll show you now. To get at the fuel filter, I'll put my gloves on for this because I'm going to be handling. It's quite a useful thing. This, it's got a little grommet in it that stops you losing your fuel, but you can just squeeze that and fetch that out, which makes life a lot easier. And then using a bent piece of wire, or I've got some long nose fishing disgorgers as well that I sometimes use for this. You can actually just hook that under the tube. And then just save it with that. And you can get the actual filter out like that. Oops, just gone back in again. You get the idea. You can get the filter out like that and give it a clean if it's dirty. It's important to do that because these are used upside down. The filter is there. It also acts as a pump because it's not gravity fed, because they're obviously using the machine at a number of different angles. Once you've cleaned that, if you need to clean it, you can just pop that disc back in there and put your fuel back on. Grease in the machine. On still models, you've got a point there. Okay. Which you can unscrew. Oops, I just left that. Now, still models, actually, you can buy like a toothpaste tube full of grease that you can screw onto there where that's come out, and then pump it through. But there's no need to purchase that. You can actually just bang a grease gun in there now and pump some grease in there. This is where the two blades are driven underneath this unit there. If you've not got that, you may have to remove these six star star screws in order to get some grease on there, and I just nip that back up again with the spanner that comes with it. Before taking this out onto a job, I would put my blade cover on. I'd also check the machine over, make sure the exhaust is covered over safely, the handles and everything is working properly. I may even start it up and just let go of the handle and even stop it as well, just to make sure that everything works before I take it out on site. On another video, I have told you already how to repair a damaged pull start, and also on a separate video I've explained how to sharpen and maintain the blades by using a file and a whetstone just to take the burrs off the underside.